What is Hamas's agenda? The recent global support for Palestinians has led some to believe Hamas is a resistance group dedicated to liberating Palestinians. People around the world are gathering in support of Hamas, passionately chanting, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." Because they view Hamas as the champion of freedom and justice, staunchly defending the Palestinian people against Israel. But is this true? Who is Hamas, and what is their agenda? Hamas is the English transliteration of the Arabic acronym for Harakat al-Muqawama al-Islamiyya, which means Islamic Resistance Movement. It came out of the Muslim Brotherhood in 1988. While Hamas calls itself a resistance movement, the United States, Australia, Canada, the European Union, Japan, and the United Kingdom all recognize Hamas as a terrorist organization. Hamas's charter explicitly states, Israel will exist and will continue to exist until Islam will obliterate it, just as it obliterated others before it. The goal of Hamas is to destroy Israel, eliminate all Jewish people, and replace them with an Islamic Palestinian state. Hamas's first major act of terror against Israel was on April 6, 1994, when they attacked Israeli civilians in a suicide car bombing next to a bus picking up students. It killed 8 people, including teenagers and Arab Israelis, and injured 44 others. Hamas has continued to target Israeli civilians in the years since. They have also fired thousands of rockets at civilians in Israel since the year 2000. Hamas fired many of these rockets from Gaza, where Hamas has its base of operations. In 2005, in response to years of brutal attacks coming from Gaza, the Israeli military forcibly removed all Israeli citizens from the Gaza Strip. In 2006, the people of Gaza voted Hamas into power. Then in 2007, Hamas violently purged the rival party Fatah out of Gaza. Thus, the governance of the Gaza Strip has been under the control of Hamas since 2007. There has not been another election in Gaza since Hamas came to power. On October 7, 2023, many Jewish people in Israel attended synagogue to celebrate the Sabbath and the Jewish holiday commemorating the giving of the Torah called Simchat Torah. Hamas launched a massive attack on Israeli civilians from Gaza. They murdered more than 1,200 people, marking the highest number of Jewish people killed in a single day since the Holocaust. Hamas infiltrated more than 30 communities, as well as the Nova Music Festival, murdering most and taking others hostage. Hamas kidnapped more than 220 men, women, and children, including Holocaust survivors. They raped women, committed horrible sexual acts of vile evil and genital mutilation, burned entire families alive, and paraded the bodies of dead Jewish people in the streets of Gaza. Hamas shot, burned, and beheaded babies. One Hamas terrorist even admitted Hamas abducted babies to rape them. Hamas tortured children. They tied them up and burned them to death, leaving their bodies in piles. Former chief rabbi of the Israeli Defense Forces, Israel Weiss, working to identify the bodies Hamas slaughtered, reports his horrible experience. He says, "I cannot describe to you in words what it is like to see a pregnant woman who has had her stomach cut open and the baby pulled out. I only knew something like that from the Nazis. We found bodies of elderly civilians. They had all their fingers and toes cut off." Hamas is not a resistance group. They are terrorists. One significant difference between the Nazis and Hamas is the Nazis concealed their atrocities from the world, a subtle recognition of knowing their deeds were evil, or at least would be perceived as evil. Hamas, on the other hand, records and broadcasts their acts of terrorism against Jewish people for all the world to see. Why does Hamas commit these acts of terrorism against Jewish people? The answer is found in their charter. Article 7 states this: "The Islamic resistance movement aspires to the realization of Allah's promise, no matter how long that should take. The Prophet, Allah bless him and grant him salvation, has said, The day of judgment will not come about until Muslims fight the Jews, killing the Jews, when the Jew will hide behind stones and trees. The stones and trees will say, "O Muslims, O Abdullah, there is a Jew behind me. Come and kill him." Only the Garkad tree, evidently a certain kind of tree, would not do that because it is one of the trees of the Jews. Although there are many peaceful Muslims in the world, Hamas's hatred of Jewish people is rooted in Muhammad's instruction to kill Jewish people. Article 8 states, "Allah is its target, the Prophet is its model, the Quran its constitution. Jihad is its path, and death for the sake of Allah is the loftiest of its wishes." For Hamas, politics and religion are intertwined, with their ultimate goal being the destruction of the Jewish people. On July 12, 2018, senior Hamas official Fatih Hamad declared the following on Qatar's Al Jazeera network and Gaza's Al-Aqsa TV. "On this day, as we are witnessing all that is happening with the grace of Allah, we are looking forward to two important things which are within sight. The first is the cleansing of Palestine of the filth of the Jews. The second thing is the establishment of the caliphate, after the nation has been healed of its cancer, the Jews, Allah willing." Reiterating the Fatih Hamad's message, on April 7, 2023, Hamas official Sheikh Dr. Hamad al-Regeb expressed this: "Allah transformed them, the Jews, into filthy, ugly animals like apes and pigs. O Allah, bring annihilation upon the Jews. O Allah, bring annihilation upon the Jews. Paralyze them, destroy their entity, tear them apart, bring upon them a terrible punishment. O Allah, enable us to get to the necks of the Jews." Hamas's goal is encapsulated in the words of one Hamas-affiliated imam, who said the following words in his message on July 24, 2014. "Our doctrine in fighting you, the Jews, is that we will totally exterminate you. We will not leave a single one of you alive." Hamas is not a resistance group fighting for the freedom of Palestinians. It is a terrorist organization which abducts and murders men, women, children, teenagers, and the elderly, destroys families, rapes women, and cuts the heads off of babies. So what should we do? Jewish people are enduring unspeakable atrocities while Hamas actively disseminates its hatred of Jewish people worldwide, attempting to garner sympathy and support for its actions by presenting lies behind their cause and falsely claiming that they intend to liberate Palestinians from Israel. We should counter this by standing in solidarity with Jewish people and advocating for Israel's right and obligation to defend itself. Spread the truth about Hamas on social media and in person. Attend peaceful pro-Israel rallies and pray for Israel. Denounce any acts of anti-Semitism and speak out against hatred of Jewish people. If you are not Jewish, be there for your Jewish friends during this time when hatred of Jewish people is spreading like fire. You can also support organizations like Chosen People Ministries, serving and ministering to the Jewish community in the United States and 19 other countries worldwide. You can also join the global movement by visiting chosenpeople.com/affirmation of Israel and sign the petition against anti-Semitism. If you are Jewish and have been a victim of anti-Semitism, we invite you to contact us at info@chosenpeople.com. We would appreciate the opportunity to hear your story and pray with you. And always remember Psalm 121 verse 4. "Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep." Though we know the God of Israel will continue to watch over his chosen people, we must keep praying for protection and peace for Israel and Jewish people around the world.